Hey guys, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Today's topic for the presentation is going to be all about giving you the tips and strategies of how to give an effective feature presentation. So I'll wait just a minute for everyone to get on that wants to watch this live. Looks like a couple people are getting on, so welcome. Every Wednesday, we'll be doing the Wisdom Wednesday education. So definitely join me every week right on the CNA Arizona Facebook page, where I'll be providing some chapter education for you guys, which if you watch this, you get 1 CEU for watching this video, so make sure to record it after you're done. So welcome everybody. So like I said just a minute ago, we are doing our education today on the featured presentation. So those of you that are either brand new to BNI or are seasoned members, each member gets their chance maybe 1 to 2 times a year to give their featured presentation. And there's lots of tools around BNI to make sure that you give an effective presentation. And one of the tools that I love that I learned in the new member success program training through BNI University is the 6-week process leading up to your feature presentation. So like I said, you only get 1 to 2 chances per year to give this feature presentation, so it's very important that you knock it out of the park and that you're prepared. So I want to give you the tips and strategies on how to be very effective for that feature presentation. So in order to find the information after this video, you can go to BNI University. In the Member Success Program training curricula, there is in the course called Communication Leading to Referrals, in lesson 5, it's called Featured Presentation. All of this information that I'm going to talk about today, even the supporting documents. So in BNI University, there's this awesome featured presentation planning document that you can access. You can print it out right through BNI University. I highly suggest checking that out if you haven't gone through that BNI University training yet. So if you are a seasoned member and maybe you went through the training in the in-person maybe years ago, this is all brand new in BNI University, so I highly suggest to check that out. So what I did was I went into BNI University, I printed out this awesome featured presentation planning document, so when it's coming up time for you to do your presentation, I would highly suggest going through and printing this out and jotting all your information down for your feature presentation. So in leading up to a feature presentation, there is a 6-week process. So I want to walk you guys through that process and then some strategies of how to invite visitors and guests to view your feature presentation. Because it's a big deal, guys. You want to knock this out of the park. So I want to make sure to give you as much strategies as possible for your big day. So here we go. I'm going to use my whiteboard in the background. And like I said, guys, if you can't see this information or you want some more information, definitely go into BNI University and check out the Member Success Program training curricula. And if you need me to assign it to you, I can definitely send you the link of where to find it. So, the Secretary-Treasurer has told you your big day is in a couple of months, right? So what are you going to do to prepare for your feature presentation? So what you want to do, the first thing is 6 weeks out. 6 weeks out is when you want to start preparing for your feature presentation. And what you're going to do 6 weeks out is you're going to ask your fellow BNI members questions that they have about your business. So ask them what questions that they have about your business. And the key is not to wait till your feature presentation to answer them, but what you're going to do 6 weeks out is you're going to set up one-to-ones with your fellow members and answer those questions. That way you can get feedback going back and forth to collect information for your feature presentation. So that's going to be 6 weeks out before your presentation. So the next step is what you're going to do 5 weeks out. So 5 weeks out, you're going to give a mini presentation about your feature presentation. So how many of you love to go to the movies? I know I do. And how many of you love to watch the trailers? So this 5 weeks out is going to be an example of your feature presentation, your trailer for your big day, so for your movie. So 5 weeks out, you're going to want to give your mini preview. So it's kind of going to be like you're going to give everyone a teaser of what your presentation is going to be about. So 6 weeks out, you're going to ask for questions, set up those one-to-one so that way you can answer those questions with the fellow members. And then 5 weeks out, you're going to give a mini presentation in your 30 to 60 second presentation during the chapter meeting. You're going to give your little mini preview for your big day. If you have any questions, definitely make sure to comment in the comments below, and I'll answer any questions at the end of the training. So now you're going to be at 4 weeks out. 4 weeks out from your big day. This is when you're going to tell your chapter members the top 5 professions that you want to have them invite for your big day. Because we want to make sure that we have potential power partners viewing your presentation on your big day. So 4 weeks out, you're going to let your fellow chapter members know exactly who you want to see in the meeting on your big day. And now we're at 3 weeks out. As you can see, guys, it's just little itty-bitty steps each week, but you want to make sure that you're prepared along the way. That's why we give you just little bits of information to do each and every week. So 3 weeks out, you're going to invite 10 to 15 clients, family, friends, so you're going to invite your own clients, family, friends, coworkers. You want as much support on your big day as possible. So 3 weeks out, you're going to invite your own people to come and view your featured presentation. Now we're going to be 2 weeks out from your big day. So what do you guys think that you want to do 2 weeks out? So you've got your questions and answers already ready to go for your presentation. You did your mini preview 5 weeks out. 4 weeks out, you asked for the top professions that you're looking for to view your presentation. And then 3 weeks, you're inviting 10 to 15 people of your own sphere of influence. So, what do you think is going to go 2 weeks out? We're going to do some follow-up. Follow-up is key. So we want to follow up with these top 5 professions that the members are inviting for your feature presentation. We also want to follow up with the people that we invited to view our presentation. So following up with both of those sets of people, and then also making sure that we register them. So as soon as we get confirmations that people are going to be coming to our feature presentation, we want to make sure that we are registering them in BNI Connect, so that way the chapter knows exactly how many people to plan for at that weekly meeting. So that is a huge piece to the puzzle, guys. So make sure to register your visitors. And this goes for every week. We want to make sure that we're registering our guests and visitors every single week for our chapter meetings, so that way our meetings, or in our leadership team members, can be prepared for that following week's meeting. Especially if your location is tight on the amount of people that can fit in a certain venue, we want to make sure that we have enough seats for everyone that's going to attend your big event. And then the week of, so you've done all of this prep leading up to your big day. So on the week of your presentation, you're going to just relax. You've already prepared your presentation, you've got it together. This is where you can just sit back and breathe, maybe do some last minute follow-up phone calls with the people that have already said that they were going to come and ask them if they have any questions about the meeting. So you're going to answer all those. So that week of, you're going to make sure that you're prepared. You're going to put together your PowerPoint presentation if you have one. That's not required. And you're just going to be prepared for your big day. So the great thing in this presentation document is it actually has step-by-step instructions of what to include in your presentation. So the first thing that you want to include in your presentation, so the first 1 to 2 minutes is going to be your introduction. So this is where you're going to give the information about your business, tell your story. So if you know why you do what you do, this is the perfect time to share that, because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. For those of you who know of Simon Sinek, one of my favorite books is Start With Why. If you've ever read that book, or if you haven't read that book, you need to check it out. So Start With Why by Simon Sinek. It's an amazing book, and it'll definitely help you zone in on what your why is. After your introduction, then the body of your presentation, so the next 4 to 6 minutes, depending on how long your presentation is, you're going to include all of the main details. So either include a story about a client, a problem that you solved for them, give as much details as possible on that. Doors you'd like to have open for you, companies that you're looking to work with. 3 types of referrals that you're currently seeking and why. Things that members can listen and look for as they're talking with their clients, customers, and family members. And then share what members can bring you or product or service into the conversation. So what are some conversation starters of how they can bring you into conversations with their current clients? So there's a whole list of what I just read in that planning document. So you want to choose about 2 of these items to include in the body of your presentation. The biggest thing with that part of it is that you want to make sure that you practice that, because you don't want to go over your time for your future presentation. And the last piece is the conclusion of your presentation. So the last 1 to 2 minutes, you're going to wrap up and use this for your call to action. So you don't want to make sure that you're not selling to your fellow members. You want to sell through them. So definitely having a great call to action is very important. And conclude with inviting members to have a one-to-one with you if they have any questions. The biggest thing that you don't want to do is open the floor for questions after a presentation. You never know what kind of questions that you're going to get. For example, we had, I went to a chapter, one of the lawyers was doing a presentation, and I'm sure you can imagine what kind of questions would come up for a lawyer. So you want to make sure to save all questions for one-to-ones after the meeting, because you want to keep the meeting going, but you also want to make sure that we're staying within that 7 to 10 minute time frame, depending on what time limit your chapter has assigned for you. So so remember to start with your introduction, with your story, the information about your business. Then go right into 4 to 6 minutes of the body of your presentation, and then wrap it up with a call to action. Some really great tips to set yourself up for success for your presentation is make sure to write down what you're going to say, but also practice it. Practice makes perfect. Get feedback from someone else. So maybe someone in the chapter, or maybe even a family member. Practice in front of them and get feedback. Set up materials in advance. So if you have presentation displays or brochures, make sure that you come in early, set those up in advance. And then if you do have handouts, make sure to keep them simple. You want to make sure that they are used for notes and that members aren't having to read through them, because you want to make sure that they're paying attention to you and your presentation. So make sure to keep any handouts that you give out very simple, or if it's something that they could just take away and read at their own time afterwards, and that would be good as well. And so we talked about this 6-week process. And so there's some great tips and practices for inviting people, right? So we asked for the top 5 professions, but we also asked to invite 10 to 15 people in your own network. So some tips on this is give your presentation a name. Like I said, we're doing a mini preview 5 weeks out of your mini movie for your feature presentation. So give your presentation a name. But also you could create a Facebook event for your presentation. I know that a chapter that I've seen that promotes their chapter members' feature presentation with Facebook events are the BNI Titans. So I know that the Titans are definitely doing a great job with promoting their members through Facebook events. So if your chapter isn't doing that yet, I highly encourage you to set up a Facebook event to invite people for your big day. But also, when you're doing those Facebook invites, make sure that you're still using that 2 weeks out and making sure that we're registering people into BNI Connect so that way the leadership team knows that they are coming. Another great tip is to send save the date emails out to about 40 people, so that way you have a big chunk of people that will come. Sending written invitations is a great idea. Post the information about your big day on all forms of social media, so whether it be Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever types of social media you use for your business, post it everywhere so that way you can create a lot of hype for your big day. Make sure that we make those follow-up phone calls 7 to 10 days before the event, but also make confirmation phone calls the day before the event. Make sure that they know that it's a big deal that they come and that you're excited to see them for your big presentation. So, in conclusion, make sure that you go in BNI University. It's in the Member Success Program Training Curricula. So the course is under Communication Leading to Referrals, and it's lesson 5 under Feature Presentation. This supporting documentation is right in there. You can print it out for your big day. And also that lesson walks you step by step on everything I covered today, and it even gives you a lot more information like the do's and the don'ts of your big presentation day. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. You can comment below. If you're wondering where to find that Member Success Program Training Curricula in BNI University, let me know. I can definitely help you find that as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's Wisdom Wednesday on how to create effective feature presentations for your big day. So I hope to see you guys at your chapter meetings, and I know that you guys are going to knock it out of the park on your next feature presentation. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you next week.